Gail, the technical group raised the mortgage crisis in private members' time here in April 2011. And since in that time, in the last 2 years, it has just got worse and worse. The situation now where we have 94,000 mortgages in arrears of over 90 days. And yet the government has still to comprehensively deal with it. And this situation will not get any better while the government continues to allow the banks to maintain a veto on any solution to the problems and any solution to the personal insolvency of citizens in this country. If you maintain a veto for the banks, you will never solve that problem. What should happen in this for people in mortgage distress is that their mortgage, 35% of their disposable income should be allocated towards a mortgage, and whatever capital that pays off, let that be paid off, and write off the rest of it. Mortgage write down on the debt is the only solution that is going to solve the crisis and deal comprehensively with this crisis. It is the only thing that is going to allow people to get out from the stranglehold of mortgages that are crippling them, and not only crippling them, they're crippling the domestic economy, they're starving the economy of any spending power and any confidence that it has, and that is leading into just another vicious cycle where more and more people are getting into distress, more people are losing their jobs, and it just keeps going and going and going. And you're not dealing with it, and you're not making any serious effort to deal with it. You need to act. You need to make sure that the banks write off the capital, and it probably will come to it that we'll end up having to recapitalise the banks yet again because of that, because they weren't capitalised enough under the stress testing last year to ensure that they managed and wrote off enough of the mortgage debt that needed to be written off. And there is no moral hazard in dealing with mortgage debt in this way. There's no moral hazard in dealing with debt of citizens and allowing them to be active again in our economy and our society. The moral hazard is in doing nothing. The moral hazard is in continuing to allow the banks to call the shots and maintaining their veto. So you need to act and make sure and write down the debt for everybody that's in distress.